All right. Welcome to the Triple D Hot Takes College, week 4 with Garrett Dietert, Kyle Dietert, and myself, Hank Dietert. So glad you could join us this evening. So, how about it, boys?
Yeah, it's always nice being back talking about college football, especially
Woo!
on week 8. Week 4, let's get it going, man.
Heck yeah, no, week 3 was super exciting. Oh, dude, I got something in my eye. Go ahead,
Uh-oh.
Kyle.
Alright, so let's just talk about the Vanderbilt and at number 11 South Carolina game. Garrett, what do you got to say about that game right there?
Yeah, honestly, to me, big surprise. Real big surprise. Big upset. I mean, South Carolina playing at home. Vandy came in there and they took care of business. They punched South Carolina in the mouth early, and then they kept going. I mean, it was a big shocker to me. I mean, I think South Carolina coming in this season had a lot of high hopes, a lot of high expectations. Everyone thought South Carolina was going to be a really good team, have a potential chance of making the playoffs. And Vandy, man, Vandy's legit, dude. Offensively, defensively, Vanderbilt's got a dang good team. And I mean, South Carolina, uh, the quarterback, he's a pretty dang good quarterback. Hasn't had a great start to the season yet, but yeah, no, impressive stuff from Vanderbilt. What do you think, Kyle?
Oh yeah, man. Vanderbilt was a real shocker, especially on the road. To beat them by that much is just crazy, I think. It was definitely one of the biggest shockers of the week, though, for sure. It really caught everybody's eye, really. They look at the scores the next day, they wake up and they maybe missed a little parts of that game, and then you look back at the score and you're like, what the heck? Am I seeing this weird? Because
Yeah,
hey, I
no.
thought I was reading it wrong. I was like, "Am I still waking up from the tailgate from yesterday, bro?" like the numbers could be
Yeah.
switched. What? But yeah, no, it
Yeah,
was
and I
just
mean
weird,
31
man.
to
I
yeah,
seen that.
31 to 7 was crazy. I mean, Vanderbilt they showed a lot of good, or they had a real good team last year, showed a lot of hope and promise. And this year it looks like they even got a better team and they're playing really well right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do when they get into more SEC play.
Oh yeah.
All
All
right.
right,
But
y'all ready
yeah,
for the
next
next
game.
one?
Hey, that was a big upset. I think me and you called this last week, right, Kyle? I think we called this game, or we picked this game.
Yeah,
Clemson
y'all
at
picked
Georgia
it.
Tech. I know for sure
I
I
yeah,
picked Georgia Tech.
I picked Georgia Tech.
I
I
I
have to
was
say,
I
I
was pretty
rooted for
excited
Georgia
watching
Tech.
this game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
no,
it was
this
a
is
super fun game.
it was a crazy
I
game,
mean,
honestly. Like
yeah, you talk about starting Saturday off strong. It was 11 o'clock game and it was going down to the wire. If I'm not mistaken, I think Georgia Tech. Yeah, they won on the late game comeback. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
the
I
Ace,
thought that. Yeah,
yeah,
I was like, I think they kicked a game-winning field goal if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no, awesome game. I
Oh,
mean,
that was
this
Georgia
fun.
was the
Tech was very
first.
physical. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh yeah, this was the
Well,
first
I was just
ACC like matchup for the conference wise for them, and it was exciting to see that. Now looking at it, I'm like, this actually might be a toss up for the ACC championship. It might be actually really like intense. Like it's gonna be really crazy. I think the ACC is gonna be a lot of ups and downs and a lot of
yeah. I mean,
battling back.
I think the ACC is going to be kind of similar to what we saw last year. The SEC, a lot of teams just beating each other, and then when it came down to the end, it was like, okay, who's got one or two losses? Who survived? Enough games to play in the championship. Which I mean, the ACC was like that last year between Clemson and SMU, who both had SMU had a loss, Clemson had two losses. No one thought they would make it to the conference championship, and they did. So yeah, this ACC is looking really competitive overall. Miami right now sticking on top of the ACC, and then you got a team like Clemson was supposed to be the favorite. Now they've lost two games. Georgia Tech, who I mean, I think got a dang good football team. Haynes King is an absolute dog.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's offense is able to run the ball, and I mean they went up and got the lead early on against Clemson, and then they kind of held it. Clemson fought back just like they did the week before against Troy, but Georgia Tech did not surrender. They didn't give up. They played hard all the way to the end and ended up winning that game. So yeah,
Yeah,
impressive stuff by Georgia Tech.
late game comeback is crazy.
It was fun. That was one of the fun games. There was 3 fun games, I said. So, all right.
Yeah,
Next
no, it was
up.
definitely back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, next up was a huge. All right, that was a
That was
really
a good
exciting
one
game. I
too.
was I was walking around Planet Fitness like, man, I can't believe what's going on right now. They're going to overtime. This is insane.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that was crazy.
yeah, go ahead, Kyle. What did you think?
I didn't think any team would beat on home, go into Tennessee and beat them on a road game to beat Tennessee at their home place is crazy. But if any team had to do, it would be the Dogs. Like, Georgia's good, a really good team. Tennessee is, you can't leave them out of the picture. Tennessee's a good team. After watching this game, I think the SEC is going to have a lot with LSU, Georgia, and Tennessee up there. There's going to be a lot of competitors for that final spot, especially Texas. Don't leave them out. They need a lot more work. A&M did not look bad at all either, though. But I feel like, yeah, this was an exciting, crazy game to watch. Though, really a shootout.
Yeah, and I mean, watching the game, Tennessee got up early. Georgia showed a lot of fight. Georgia kept it close. Going into halftime, I believe Tennessee had the lead. And then they both came out shooting in the second half. Yeah, I think Georgia ended up tying it, sending it to overtime. Tennessee got the ball first, I believe. Yeah, I think Tennessee got the ball first, kicked a field goal, and then Georgia goes down and scores in overtime, wins the game. I mean, this was a game that could have went either way. I think there was a couple
Yeah,
really big time plays that like made the difference in the end of the game, and that's why Georgia won is because they made the big plays when it really mattered. And so, I mean, this Tennessee team, like you said, is no joke for sure. I mean, they got a good, complete, all-around team. This quarterback's playing at a pretty elite level. I think he threw an interception or two that he probably would want back. But yeah, coming into the game, we didn't know much about Georgia, and Georgia really stepped up to the plate. They played really well. I think, especially offensively, because I didn't expect Georgia to have a good offense this year, but they turned out and played really good. The receivers were catching the ball really well, unlike last year, if you ask me. So yeah, no, impressive stuff from both these teams. I mean, obviously, yeah, top of the SEC, or they'll definitely be in contention for the SEC. I think by the end of this year.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. When I want to say Tennessee missed the field goal right before halftime, or overtime. I want to say he did, but I might be wrong. I thought he
I
did.
think
I
they
thought he
made the
missed
field
it.
goal, and then I think they made the field goal, and then Georgia went down and scored, like scored a touchdown, because Georgia's defense stopped them and forced them to kick a field goal in
Yeah.
overtime.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
that's how it happened.
Is that how it happened?
Well, you have to go back and
I thought it
check
was a
it
missed
out.
field goal, and then
Yeah, you.
somehow, if they would have made the field goal, then they would have just won the game right there. But they didn't. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm
Yeah,
wrong,
so let's
right?
jump into our next game, Kyle. What do you think about Arkansas? Well, yeah, we saw Arkansas at Ole Miss.
Yeah, no, Arkansas was a that was a good matchup, but Ole Miss had a huge God, what's the word? They didn't do as well because they're missing their starting quarterback. He ended up getting hurt. So Austin Simmons had to sit out. Then they had to rely on the backup to come in and finish his game for Arkansas, which it gave Ole Miss a lot of hope now, knowing that the backup can come in over Austin Simmons, and to know that Ole Miss has a decent backup to actually fill in for his spot to pull off a huge win really for an SEC matchup here.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a pretty good game. Like we talked about on the show last week. We said this could be a potential upset. No one's talking about Arkansas. We really don't know what we're going to see. Ole Miss has, been hit or miss this year. And
Right.
then yeah, Ole Miss, yeah, their starting quarterback goes down. This game was kind of back and forth for a while. I think Ole Miss kind of took a little bit more control in the fourth quarter and was able to hold off Arkansas from pulling off an upset. But yeah, yeah, Ole Miss continues to keep getting these wins. I don't think Ole Miss, like when you compare Ole Miss to someone like Georgia or Tennessee, I think they're gonna start to struggle here later in the SEC run. But I think they're still a good football team, and they're probably gonna they're definitely gonna get some more wins. But yeah, and this Arkansas team, I definitely see them getting a big
Oh
upset
yeah.
here in the coming weeks in the SEC play. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when and to who.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
agree.
yeah. Oh yeah. Now
Yeah,
this
what
next
about this?
game.
This
Hey,
one.
this game was a fun one, man. That's for sure. Texas
Oh my
A&M
God,
at
I
Notre
was
Dame
sitting
last
here.
week.
I was sitting here on the couch, and it was like I think it was like I don't know if it was fourth down. I forgot. They were like right by the end zone. A&M was, and there was like God, I don't even know how many seconds were left. And I'm like, there's no way they're scoring off this pass. Just I don't know if even I think it was wide open. They threw the ball right at him. He just caught it. I'm like, what? I was like, Notre Dame just let them have the game at that point. I said, what are y'all doing?
Well, I don't think it was an easy catch or easy pass on the touchdown that won the game, essentially, or well, that got it to that
It
point
was a
because
miracle, really.
yeah, it was
It
an
was a
amazing game.
miracle.
I actually rooted really hard for A&M because I just don't like Notre Dame very much. All the way back to the old Texas Notre Dame Cotton Bowls and that sort of thing. So the little brother was able to come in and beat him for us.
Yeah, no,
No.
I mean, a super fun game. Yeah, you talk
It
about
was
back and forth. I mean, both these teams, it was like they were making a play here. Defense was making a play here. They were able to move the ball. And then A&M was able to move the ball. Marcel Reed had an excellent game. I think he played pretty well.
yeah.
And I mean, putting up 41 points against this Notre Dame defense that I thought was a legit defense. I mean, I'm watching this game like, oh, it's going to be a 17-20 kind of game, low scoring. A lot of defense about. No, they were slinging the ball. I mean, Carr for Notre Dame, he was killing it offensively. I thought. The sad thing is, I still think Notre Dame's a good team, but now the rest of their season, they don't play anyone all too great, so they're going to have a pretty easy road for the rest of the season. We'll see how the season plays out. I don't even know if they'll have a. Now they're in contention of not even making the playoffs, so that's a whole another story for later on in the year. But yeah, no, impressive stuff from A&M. I mean, I thought when Notre Dame scored, the game was over. They missed the extra point. Then A&M goes down the field, scores the last second touchdown, kicks the extra point, wins the game, and that was pretty much it. So hats off to the Aggies. They played well, and huge upset, I think, going down to Notre Dame and beating them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
All
sir.
right,
God.
Kyle. This was happy.
All
This
right,
was a happy one for
Florida.
you. Florida, LSU.
Yeah, Florida and LSU. I loved watching this one. It was a good game. Well, not it shouldn't have been a good game at all. Like LSU's defense stood the test. They carried them really. LSU's offense just needs to get more momentum after getting like 4 picks. They had 4 picks on their defense. You got to turn that into something after you get the pick offensively. You got to go down the field and score after that with some momentum. You can't just sit there and just not put up much points after getting a pick or a huge play on defense. I feel like LSU just needs to step up their offense, and this team is looking like one of the most completed teams in the country right now. And I love watching my boys play, and they're doing a great job. Garrett Nessmeyer is looking really good in the back. They seem to do more on offense, more bigger plays on offense wise. But their defense is amazing, so that's all I got to say about that game. It was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
I
pretty
agree with you.
amazing.
I think LSU's defense is definitely legit this year. This is probably one of the best defenses they've had in a very long time. I mean, this is a really good LSU defense. I agree. Their offense is looking kind of sluggish, kind of slow. They're not making the big plays like they're used to. LSU definitely has a lot of work to do offensively, especially when they get into this and when they start running this SEC gauntlet. They can't just rely on their defense the whole season because they are going to go against a lot better offenses. I mean, I think DJ Ugalagaway, quarterback for Florida. I mean, we came in the season with high hopes and high expectations of him. I don't think he's been playing very well. Obviously, throwing 4 interceptions. He's definitely struggling right now. I think Florida's offense is struggling as a whole. I won't say Florida's a bad team yet, but I don't think they're nearly as good as we were anticipating after the loss at USF and then now going down to Death Valley losing, which they lost a game that they probably should have lost by a lot more, in my opinion. But they kept it close. They kept fighting. But yeah, this LSU team is going to be definitely a team to beat. They got 2 really big wins right now. I think they got a lot to figure out still, and it's going to be interesting seeing them, take on the Georgias, Texas, even Texas A&M right now. So still a lot to find out about that LSU team. So
All
yeah,
right.
moving on.
So, all right, offensive player of the game, I had Haynes King because Haynes King did amazing against a really good program. I think Clemson is not a slackish program. He had 211 passing yards, and then he had 103 rushing yards, which is phenomenal. If I looking at this now and Hayes King just tearing him up like this was crazy, and I really liked watching him upset Clemson, a huge upset for him. But Hayes King is one all around player, really.
You having fun there, Dad?
Hey, I was just showing some movement on the graphics there. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but yeah,
I really think that he did a great job. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But only thing I'm not agreeing on is the defensive player of the week with Omar Daniels. I think there was just so many to pick from. But hey, you go with what you got right there. So Omar Daniels was a beast, though.
But yeah, he had the game
Yeah,
sealing interception.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he
yeah,
changed the complexion of the game by winning the game. How about that?
yeah. I mean, I think this was a tough week to pick just like one player of the week. Offensively, defensively, because
Yeah,
there were so many big games, so
it
many
was.
big upsets. I mean, I'm thinking of Gunnar Stockton from Georgia. He had a great game. You got Marcel Reed from A&M. A lot of players were playing really great this weekend, especially when we were talking about some of those A&M Notre Dame games, Georgia, Tennessee. But yeah, no, Haynes King putting up more than 300 yards on the ground and in the air, led this team to a big upset against Clemson. No one really thought that they were going to beat Clemson. And so I like it. And I mean, Omar Daniels, big plays. Yeah, he got the game sealing interception. That's huge. Did an outstanding job for this Georgia Tech defense. I mean, holding holding that Clemson offense and Cade Klubnik to only 21 points. That's pretty big deal. Pretty good thing. I'm sure there's some LSU players that probably would like to get defensive player of the year, but our defensive player of the week. But it's okay.
You had to kind of
So
run it all
because
in there
that
because there
defense,
was.
I mean, if you could have given the whole LSU defense player of the
I
week,
was
then I would
thinking
have.
about it.
But
I was thinking about it.
Yeah,
like 4 interceptions is pretty crazy. But no, I think both of these players for Georgia Tech played extremely well. So hats off to them. They can get a sticker from us.
yeah, they get a helmet sticker for Triple D. This one will not. This will take up half the screen, but this is what we showed on Omar Daniels. With 7 tackles, 2 pass breakups, 1 game sealing interception, and yeah, his interception did win the game on that last drive. And then he played the lockdown role is what we looked at. So there it is.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
like it.
now we're
All
back.
right, you
All
ready to
right.
jump into upset alert? Oh, I got some huge
Oh
Yeah, let's
topics
get
to
to
talk
week
no,
about here.
4.
no upset
Week
Okay,
alert.
4.
so we got Tulane and Ole Miss. Yeah, Tulane. If I was Tulane right now, Tulane is doing everything right. They got a great quarterback. The quarterback is Jake Rinzelf, or forget how to say his last name, but Jake is the transfer from BYU, and he is a phenomenal athlete. You get this man, and he knows how to make plays. He loves running the football. A lot of read options. He loves that. He loves taking the ball away and just running with it. He loves taking off. Last week, the game that he had 4 rushing touchdowns against Duke, which Duke is not a bad team. That was probably the best team that they've played against. Tulane has. And Tulane has proved themselves with Jake. Jake is a great leader, and I love watching this kid. And and all I gotta say is Ole Miss better watch out for him. If their quarterback is not healthy for Ole Miss, they're gonna have some problems right now. I think. But I really love this Tulane team upsetting Ole Miss.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love this upset alert. So we talked I talked about it a little last week about Tulane getting that possible last playoff spot coming from a non-power 5 conference or non-power 4 conference now. Yeah, so this game last year, Tulane and Ole Miss, Tulane didn't even have their starting quarterback, and they kept it in. I think they only lost by like 10 points or so last year, and I think this Tulane team is a lot better. They got a lot better a lot better quarterback, like you said. Plus, Tulane's a really well coached team, and I see Tulane
Uh,
having a really legit possibility of getting that last playoff spot. I think this Tulane team is dang good. And yeah, like we've talked about Ole Miss before. Ole Miss is still they played these close games. Ole Miss looks good. They look good. But their quarterback's not able to go, and they're still playing a little sloppy, turning over the ball. This Tulane team can definitely pull off the upset. So yeah, no, I like this as on an upset alert. So Tulane, don't sleep on Tulane. That's
yeah.
all I gotta say. But yeah, the next big upset alert. I like this one too. Honestly, I know who I would pick for this game just because of. So yeah, I think Nebraska's kind of slept on right now. Honestly, they got a good quarterback, they got a good defense. Nebraska's been playing really well. They haven't been tested too much, meaning their schedule hasn't been too fierce. Tulane's or Michigan is going to be a lot better than all the other teams they played. Now Michigan still has a lot to figure out, especially offensively and defensively. Their defense hasn't looked as good as I thought they would. So they're still kind of figuring out things. Plus, their head coach hasn't been able to coach, and he hasn't been able to be at practice or the games because he's dealing with the suspension right now. So that'll be interesting to see how other Michigan coaching staff is going to step up and take over the head coaching role. And then, yeah, I think this Nebraska team's a lot better this year.
Oh yeah,
And it's
yeah. You know
and
what?
it's in Nebraska. That's a big one. If it's in Lincoln, Nebraska,
This this is a
that's
huge
a big
battle
place
right
to
now
play.
for the freshman for Bryce Underwood, the freshman quarterback from Michigan, right now going into Nebraska. You know these fans are gonna be really loud, and then these are both pretty young quarterbacks. So Dylan for Nebraska is a sophomore, and then Underwood is a freshman for Michigan. So it's a pretty young battle right now for quarterbacks going against each other. Wise, really, Dylan just needs to step up as the quarterback for Nebraska and just do a great job. This is the second year here at Nebraska with them. But Nebraska right now on total, oh my god, they're in the top 10 for most yardage per games offensively. So they have 545 yards offensively, overall yards, all purpose yards, really, which is crazy. They're in the top 10 right now, but they really haven't played anybody. The best team they played was Cincinnati, which I'm like, Cincinnati's not that good.
Yeah,
Sorry to
but
say that, but
Cincinnati.
they're not.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not.
no Michigan, that's for sure. Yeah,
But
yeah, but
that's
this
all I got to say
Nebraska,
about that game. But I would like to see Nebraska definitely upset them.
yeah, and I mean Nebraska's one of the
Yeah.
biggest fan bases that's like dying for one of their seasons to be good. They've had mediocre seasons, I think, for the past like 10 years, and they have a really big fan base. They have really die-hard, loyal fans, that are just waiting for their Nebraska to be back on top. And I mean, this year I think they're making the right step forward. I believe Matt Rule is the new head coach now. He came from Baylor. He's a great head coach, and I think he's kind of trying to turn the tide over there. So we'll see how they do against Michigan, which would be a really big test.
Yep.
All right, what do we got?
Nice.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
next
here we
up,
go.
I
Next
think
up.
this
Florida.
college game day is going to be there. This is a big game down in Florida. So you got Florida, Miami at Hard Rock Stadium. What do you think about this, Kyle?
All I gotta say is Florida's gonna do like they did last year towards the end of the season. They're gonna throw everything they got at them. Really, they're gonna see if they
I
can
got
pull off a
nothing to
huge
lose.
upset here.
Yeah.
And the main thing is, I thought they were going to bench their quarterback at this point, but their quarterback definitely needs to step up and quit having so much turnovers for Florida. They have the weapons offensively. I feel like they have good wide receivers, decent running back, and decent line.
Yeah, they got a
They
good
just need
running
to
back.
find something in the. They need to. Their quarterback just needs to get his stuff together, really, and just settle down and just relax and have fun, man. Just go out there and just play the game for fun, man. Just have fun. But yeah,
Oh
Miami
yeah.
is they're on a roll though. It's gonna be a hard team to beat though. They're on a good roll with Carson Beck or Besh.
Yeah, I mean,
Carson Beck, yeah, but
Carson Beck. Yeah, no, this Miami team is rolling right now. They look really good. Probably, just from like the eye test, they look like one of the best teams in the country, in my opinion. But that's where it's kind of like this Florida team's been down. They're not playing well. Everyone's counting them out. Heck, I'm almost counting them out. And then now they got to go to Hard Rock Stadium, in-state rivalry. This is a huge game. I mean, I could see Florida coming out playing strong. I think Florida's defense is going to be the best defense Miami's played so far. So that'll be an interesting test to see how Carson Beck responds because this Florida defense is still good. I mean, holding Garrett Nussmeier to only 20 points, that's still a good defense. So it'll be interesting to see how Florida bounce back after after two big losses. Are they going to bounce back, or are they going to kind of fall and maybe the rest of their season is going to taper off? So it's a big game for both teams. So Miami's got a chance to really prove
yes.
themselves against an SEC team. So in-state rivalry at Hard Rock Stadium, it's going to be rocking. Game day is going
Yeah.
to be there. It'll be exciting. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. You should see who's the guest speaker is.
All right, Kyle. Let's
All right, so
go. Let's
next
go
is just the
to
Heisman watch.
our
I
Heisman
really didn't
watch.
change
I
up
think,
much on it.
yeah.
I know that everybody talks about John Mateer stepping all the way up to number 1 now, but I just kept it the same because we really don't know where everybody's at. Because I feel like a lot of these games, no one has really played anybody to actually show much of it, except for Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier showed a lot. Carson Beck has showed some. John Mateer, he played a really good team against Michigan, but I feel like they just need to play some more, like just a little bit more. I feel like just like at least one more good game for them that is ranked opponents wise
Yeah,
to really know
and
where
it's
they're at in
coming.
the standings.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at all these teams and all these players, they're all going to get a few chances to really prove themselves and really show themselves as Heisman candidates, and stepping up and making the big plays that your Heisman candidate needs to do. But yeah, I mean, Garrett Nussmeier, he's still rocking with LSU, one of the better teams in the country. You got Carson Beck on there, who, yeah, they got a big game this week. He's looked great against UCF. Everybody, we were talking about it last week. Miami was a little scared to go and or UCF, had the potential upset 3 in a row, and Miami just stepped up the plate, looked really good. John Mateer, OU, he's got a big test this week against Auburn, so we'll kind of see how he looks. And then Drew Aller, yeah, I don't think he's really going to get tested too much until he goes against, Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois, stuff like that. And then Jeremiah Smith, yeah, he's Jeremiah Smith, he's a dog, absolute dog, weapon for Ohio State right now, and they're killing it. So Ohio State's been looking good. That's all I'm saying. Against
Y'all ready to go
Ohio,
on the Triple
let's
D
get
pick'em?
it.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's do
yeah.
it, baby.
Oh god.
So we got Garrett and Dad,
let's
Todd,
get this.
and then you got
Hey, I
me
told you we're
freaking
coming back.
lost one.
Told you we're coming back.
I
21
forgot who
11.
I lost. Garrett, you almost went perfect. Do you know that last week?
Yeah, that was
No
pretty
way,
good.
did I?
No.
Yeah, because you came back after a huge upset.
I
Really?
was feeling. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna get
Yeah,
better
I
each
think
week.
yes, Garrett came back by a lot though.
Yeah, well,
It's
let's
just
see
like the
what
college
the.
football team. We get better
I'm
each
gonna
week.
bring up the. Hopefully, I can bring up the records there, and that's where we have the records.
Hey.
Yeah, so. And
I didn't even study for this week. I don't even know who I'm
yeah. Let's
picking.
see. Well, I'm right there with them though. So here I am.
Yeah, you're
I
doing
did.
good, Dad.
Yeah, Collie's
I
only.
studied.
Yeah, you're only a game back, man. It's not a big spread there. So that's pretty
All
good.
right.
Well, I
All
got
right.
it this week, I think.
All right.
I did my
Kyle,
I
start
did
us
my
off
notes.
Yeah, let's
Start
get
us
it.
off then,
There
huh,
we
Kyle?
go. Let's bring them in.
All right, so
Uh,
first game we got is Syracuse at Clemson. But how I feel, I'm not gonna make this brief and short. But okay, Steve, and Chili, Syracuse's quarterback is the leading quarterback right now in the nation with passing yardage. He is leading, and he's a true pocket passer. This man will take a sack. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? But all I gotta say is for Syracuse, if they were watching film from Clemson's game last week, this Syracuse quarterback, they might need to try having him run some quarterback sneaks and stuff because it hurt Clemson's last week against Hayes King. Hayes King tore him up for running the ball. I feel like the Syracuse quarterback needs to step up, and I feel like if he's able to run the ball and make some huge plays and stuff, I feel like Syracuse can definitely upset him. But I'm gonna go with Clemson this game.
you're going with Clemson. All
Yes.
right. All right, and I'll get us back to the main screen. Here we go.
Yeah, I like that take though. I mean, I agree. I think the Syracuse team's it's not bad, especially offensively. They play really well. Clemson obviously coming off that big loss last week to Georgia Tech. They got one or two options right now. They're going to tank and the rest of their season's pretty much cooked, or they're going to come out swinging and then they're going to play a lot better and figure things out offensively because I think they're just not putting up the points that they need to right now. And, I mean, I think Clemson's defense is pretty legit, but their offense is not – Cade Klubnik has not been playing great. Their offense isn't playing great. The receivers look awful, if you ask me. So Clemson is favored by 16.5 points right now. Can't believe that. I think Syracuse covers.
Oh yeah,
But I think
they
Dabo
cover.
Swinney's going to have it. I have Dabo Swinney and Clemson pulling off a close one in this game.
Yeah, I think Syracuse is still just not able to get over a hump and beat the big teams. And when it comes to these type of games, they tend to choke. So, and I hate to say that about any team, but I'm going to go with Clemson. I'm right there with you. So we're, our first pick goes, to Clemson. So, for all of us. That's a clean sweep there.
Nah.
All
Next
right,
up.
now we'll come next up on the next pick.
Oh yeah, Garrett, you ready to start us off the next one?
Yeah. So no, I think this is I like this game. I think this is a big game. So it's going to be at Oklahoma in Norman, Oklahoma. That place was rocking when they played Michigan. I have no doubt it's going to be rocking this week against Auburn. Thing about Auburn is they got Jackson Arnold. They got an experienced quarterback who used to play for OU, transferred to Auburn. Fun fact. So no, I think I see this game being back and forth. It's going to be a nail biter, high scoring game. Yeah, it'll be a high scoring game. I think, considering how the rest of the games go. Uh, but I have OU getting the win over Auburn. They're favored by 7.5. Once again, I think this is going to be a close one. Is it a night game? I don't know if it's a night game or not,
No,
but
it's
if this
two
is a night
thirty.
game,
Yeah,
It's at 2:30
even okay. Oklahoma's going to be ready by 2:30.
on
Yeah, that place is going to be
ABC.
rocking. That'll be a fun game for sure. So, but yeah, give me the Sooners. Sadly,
Okay.
Okay.
Dad, what do you got?
Oh man, yeah. But so Garrett, you take the Sooners. I think the Sooners are looking good, and I feel like they've got a good, solid defense. Remember, I always say defense wins championships. Their offense is good enough to win games, and sometimes that's all you need. I'm going to take them over Auburn because of those things. So those reasons.
Oh,
I
Dad,
mean,
you
I'm
should have
take
picked the
Oklahoma.
SEC
I
team.
know.
Or they're
Hey,
both SEC. Crap. Now.
what do you got,
Oh no,
Kyle?
this is exciting. I literally have on my notes over here. It just says John Mateer. Like just John Mateer, right? Yeah, but no, and they're playing at home. This crowd's gonna be really loud. It's gonna help them out a lot. Oklahoma. And their defense is actually looking great. So I got Oklahoma, even though sadly I do not like them at all. But Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Auburn quarterback Jackson Arnold used to.
I
Yeah,
can't
he
believe
was
he
the OU
picked
quarterback last
Oklahoma.
year. So,
Yeah, you're
and
red
you got
in
don't
that.
forget their head coach is a defensive guy for Oklahoma. He loves defense. So,
So, well, we all three picked the same again. That's kind of strange
no.
there.
Hey, my notes are looking good over here, okay?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
so we'll
reading
go
them.
to our next pick. And there it
All right, Dad,
is.
you want to start us off on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I know what Kyle said about the upset and how that he said it was going to work out. I don't think it's going to work out that way. I really, yeah, I mean, I know it was just an upset alert. I don't think Tulane has a chance. I just think Tulane is, still, that program's still got a little bit to go. They're right there, but they're not going to beat Ole Miss. I mean, because Ole Miss right now, the way I see it, it is they're still 13.5 point, favorites. I don't know if they actually, will win it by that much. And I think, Tulane may cover in this one, but I'm still going to go with Ole Miss. So let me get that up there, and
Alright.
we'll get
This
this
man.
going.
Dog.
Yeah,
This
what do you think,
man,
Alright, this
Kyle?
yeah. What
green
are you talking
wave. This green wave is coming in all right. I'm telling y'all. To
about?
play at Ole Miss, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But
Yeah.
I feel like no one's gonna stop Jake Renzoll. Jake Renzoff is the key for them to be so good. I feel like Tulane, that's their. I feel like in a way that's their only hope. But their defense can stand the run though. They have stopped the team last week with hardly any yards for rushing. Really, they did a great job with it. And I don't know if this Ole Miss team has seen anything like Jake yet. And he knows how to run the football. I'm telling y'all, he loves the read options. He loves taking it and going. But they are playing an SEC school, so it's just like. And if Austin Simmons is healthy, because he has that nagging ankle injury, I got Tulane winning. I don't think they're going to turn the ball over way too many times, but I feel like Tulane's going to execute on these turnovers and go down and score.
All right, all right. Okay,
Okay.
interesting. You got Ole Miss, ranked 13th, playing at home. favored by 13.5. Big time SEC school. Ain't no way they lose this game. Nah, but I like Tulane. I like their quarterback. I like what they're doing over there. I think they got great coaches. I think they're coached well. I think Tulane has a real shot at getting that last playoff spot if they don't lose. And, some of the Sun Belt teams don't sneak in there. But I like Tulane in the upset. I thought they were going to be close to getting it done last year, but then their starting quarterback wasn't playing. This year, they got a dang good quarterback, and I think they get the ups in Oxford. Give me Tulane.
Oh, Tulane for Garrett. Oh, man.
Goalposts are going down.
Hey, I might get a
They're not at
win
home.
here. Hey, we
They're
might.
gonna go back to New Orleans and have a great time. I can tell you that. The
Oh,
people in New Orleans,
no
are gonna
matter
love
what, yeah, they're going to go back and have a great time. So,
The Tulane fans are going to rush the field at Ole Miss.
right.
it. I hope
Oh
not. I
man.
hope not.
So,
All
all
right,
right,
Garrett,
yeah, we'll
if
get
you're
our
in
next
Dallas,
pick coming
you lead
in.
us off with the next
Oh yeah,
one.
this
Yeah,
this
let's
was
see
right
if
down
we
the
can
road
get
from
the
me.
next one up and running
You should
here.
go to this.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Oh
I'm not working or
yeah,
anything, but
Battle
yeah,
of
this was
Dallas
down
and
in
Fort Worth.
and TCU.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean this is a big time rivalry game. If y'all don't know, like I think it's
yeah,
the it's Dallas Fort Worth. They have some cool name for it.
yeah.
But
They
yeah,
do.
no, they've been playing each other for a long time. SMU looked sloppy last week. They obviously lost to Baylor, which was very heartbreaking. And then TCU's looked good. They killed North Carolina. I don't remember if they played last year. TCU is favorited right now. Fort Worth
Yeah.
team, Big 12. They look great. Give me the SMU Mustangs. I like my Mustangs. I'm a
Oh,
big fan. It's not ponies up anymore, apparently. Now they say like Mustangs go or something. But give me SMU on the upset. Little
ooh,
little biased, but give me
Yeah,
SMU.
this is pretty simple. I think I like Kevin Jennings. No one everybody thinks he's not that good. You got to watch out. Kevin Jennings is a dog, and I feel like SMU, if they really want to go the length this year and try making the playoffs again, they really got to show themselves, and they got to win this game for sure. They got to win the next. They literally have to win majority of the next games. They really can't
Yeah, they
lose.
got they
I
got
got
to win
SMU
out.
winning this game, but barely, maybe about a field goal. I got it to be a close one.
It's definitely going to be a close game. It's always close.
Huge rivalry, so it's gonna be close. I think. That's all I gotta say. I got SMU.
you got SMU. All right.
Hey,
Well,
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna go
expecting that.
against.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the favorite on this one, with TCU being favored by 6.5 points. TCU's gonna have a good chance of winning it because I believe they are the better team. So SMU, I don't think they still have a ways to go. That money will catch up to them. And the more I watch them, the less I'm impressed I am. So I'm going to go with TCU on this one. So I'm going with the
They've
home
looked
team.
rough. They looked rough. I know.
TCU, baby. Let's go Horned
This is their
Frogs.
bounce back week. This
Yeah,
is their bounce back
I
week.
agree.
SMU.
I agree.
They are.
All right. Now
All right, Kyle,
we
lead
go
us
on
off
to
on
the
this one.
next pick.
Oh, I'll lead you on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, go
all
ahead.
right. We'll get
Yeah,
it
no,
in
I
there.
got. I'm just gonna say it straight up. I got South Carolina winning this.
Oh,
They're gonna have a
God, no.
huge bounce back from getting embarrassed last week. They got totally embarrassed. I feel like they're gonna go into Mizzou on a mission to win this game and really handle their business and take care of them. Because South
Oh,
Carolina has a really good quarterback that everybody's counting out.
uh-oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have Notre
FYI, they're
Dame up
not playing
there. I was
Notre
like,
Dame.
oh
They're supposed
no,
to be
that's
playing
not right.
Mizzou. Oh, it's
Uh,
fine. We all make mistakes.
yeah,
It happens.
we'll get it
Well, I picked
straight
South
there.
Carolina anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, you picked South Carolina anyways,
I didn't
but they're
pick
not playing
Mizzou.
Notre Dame.
It's
I don't.
okay, guys. It's South Carolina versus Missouri.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mizzou.
South Carolina versus Missouri. Yeah, I'll have to get it. We'll
Oh,
cancel it
okay.
out. You're picking South Carolina anyways, so we'll
Yeah, that's
go
what I
with
said. Just
that.
get it off. Just take Notre Dame off.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't want to
Yeah.
see them anyways. Who you
Golly.
got, Dad?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got Mizzou, and I'm going to take Mizzou on this one. I just think South Carolina is a bit overrated. So even though they're not up here, I mean, I'm going to do something real quick, and let me
Yeah, I'll let you work with that. No,
let me work with that one, and we might
Just
come
copy the
back
name
to
and
that
put
one.
it there, Dad.
Yeah, it'd be like nice and easy, when we do that. But yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah,
I
no,
could always, and I don't know why I put that one in there. Sometimes that just happens, when
yeah,
we are trying to
no
do
worries.
things on the fly and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, if you would have done that on
but
ESPN, you would have been fired.
yeah, uh, yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so
Yeah, South
yeah, I
Carolina,
agree
and
with you,
it's
Kyle.
Mizzou, and Mizzou should be. Let me find it
Gary, you're gonna
here.
go with South Carolina too? You agree
Yeah,
with me
he's
or what?
thinking about it,
Actually,
right?
I'm gonna go with Missouri in a close game. I think South Carolina bounces back after last week. They're gonna hit them hard, hit Missouri in the mouth. I don't think Missouri's really been tested too much this year. But something about Missouri playing at home and then somehow finding miracle ways to winning games. I have Missouri winning in some crazy fashion. I've watched Missouri the past few years, and somehow at home they're always losing by like 10, 14 points. They come back by some crazy catch or some crazy thing, kick a game-winning field goal. I think it's going to happen at home. One of my buddies went to Mizzou for a semester or for a year, and so I'm going with Missouri.
You're going with them as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go
Ah,
with the Tigers.
no, man, that's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. So, yeah, I'm gonna make sure my picks listed there. I'm going with Mizzou, and Garrett, you're right there with me.
Yeah,
So
and a close one.
yeah, that's a close
Wrong.
one. So, we shall see.
Oh, I like this matchup. Big
Yeah,
Ten.
Yeah, on
yeah,
the
we're coming to the
Big Ten
next pick.
Gary, you
matchup.
can lead us since you just love the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, if we can
I,
get it
I
in
enjoy
here.
some Big Ten football. You know what? I like this Illinois team. I think this Illinois team is a lot better than people are giving them credit for. They got a returning quarterback. I want to no. I have his name on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, yeah,
But yeah,
it's
no, he's
there.
a great quarterback. Very high completion percentage. Very effective offense. They they balance between the run pass. This Indiana team obviously made the playoffs last year. They look good right now. They haven't played anybody. I don't think they've been tested yet. They have a whole new style of offense. Kirk Cignetti is a dang good coach. I mean, he's won everywhere he's ever been. So hats off to him and what he's done at Indiana. But
Dang it, Garrett, I was going to talk about him.
yeah, you could talk about him. But I have Illinois winning and another. I think I think I've said in a close game with all these games because I think they're all going to be very close and interesting. So I have Illinois winning barely. I think their offense is more consistent. They play more consistent all around football, and I don't think Indiana's played anyone any good this year. So give me Illinois. Plus, I think
Really?
Illinois is
That's
getting. I think
crazy.
I think Illinois
Not
is getting some
so
revenge from last year.
fast.
Yeah.
Not so fast. I really like Kurtson, whatever his last name is. Yeah,
Kirk Cignetti,
Cincinnati.
yeah.
Yeah, I really liked what he did at James Madison and then bringing that over to Indiana. But I really like the way that Indiana really. I didn't take much notes on this game because it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I looked at their stats. Both quarterbacks, both running backs are really even. The wide receivers are pretty even on stats. So I think it's gonna be a toss up. But I got Indiana. I love their coaching there, and he's doing a great job wherever he goes, and I really like him.
Indiana's
Well,
favored by 6.5. What? Oh, that's crazy. Ain't no way.
yeah, and I like Indiana,
I just
and and because Kyle does. No, I'm just joking, but I think Illinois is just they're one of those teams where every year you could say they're going to be okay, but they're not great, and they can't keep a consistent season or players. Their players, they have a huge turnover rate, and so that's why I'm going with Indiana. But I know Indiana has a pretty high turnover as well, but I'm going to go with Indiana in this one. I'm going to go with the favorite
Nah,
again. Jeez, what's wrong with me?
oh the next
Illinois
one
wins
I'm
this
hyped
one,
up.
but then they'll lose to Ohio State in a few weeks. So it's
Yeah,
okay.
we'll see how that works out, right?
Oh, the next one I can
Hmm.
hype up for days, right?
Oh, wrong one. Oh, let's see where
Are
we
you talking
go.
about NC State and Duke?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
there
ahead,
we
Kyle.
go.
Hype it up.
All right, so I really love. Everybody talks about him. I love watching C.J. Bailey for NC State play some football. The sophomore quarterback. He's looking really good, and I bet you didn't know this about him. He's 6'6", so he's a tall quarterback to be in the backfield. And I love watching this kid play. And NC State, I feel like they're going to take care of business here. It might be a really close one, but I got NC State winning.
All right, Kyle.
Okay.
I like
I
watching the
I like this
quarterbacks.
matchup. I mean, I think we've talked about Duke. I think Duke played Illinois, lost Illinois pretty handily, and then they lost last week to Tulane, who I think is a really good football team. I actually have Duke winning. Wait, Duke is favored by 2.5. Yeah, I'm picking Duke. I think they're going to turn things around this year or this week. They're going to take a step back, work on the fundamentals, and come out swinging against NC State. Plus, they're at home. NC State's had a good season so far. I just don't think they've been tested as well as someone like Duke, who has played better teams. So, give me Duke in a close one.
Okay. Got you on that one. Me, I'm going to go with NC State. I think NC State. I mean, they're a gritty team. I mean, I think they tackle better than most teams that I've seen. You know, at this level, they tackle well. So I'm going to go with NC State on this one. So we'll see how that works out. You know, because we got some different picks there. So our next game, I like this one. This one's going to be a fun one. Yeah. So,
Yeah, lead us off then, Father.
huh?
Yeah, lead us
Lead us
off then.
off.
You like
No,
it.
lead it off, man. Nebraska and Michigan. Michigan, I know is favored right now, and they're favored by only 1.5 points. I thought that spread would have been even bigger. So let me get that up on the
I
top
just
of the
did that
screen.
now too. I
Yeah.
just redid that, so it
Yeah.
is really recent.
Yeah, and that is
Yes.
something that we, that means the boys in the desert are saying, yeah, this is going to be a little closer than we first
That's what I'm
thought.
thinking.
You know, so
Yeah, I'm thinking of like Lee Corso over here, like, oh, maybe someone knows something that we don't. Someone
Yeah.
knows something.
Yeah, I think Michigan. Just watching Michigan, I think they've gone down a level. They're good, but they're not great. Again, one of those teams. Nebraska is probably right in that same line. I think Nebraska is going to upset them, and I think they'll win the game. So I'm going to take Nebraska on this one. The home team will win.
Kyle?
Hey, what is it? The Cornhuskers, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
Cornhuskers. Let's go. Hey,
Yeah,
get
it's
the
good. This is gonna be a battle.
overalls. Get the corn. The corn heads. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be a battle of the young quarterbacks. Really, it's just who's gonna step up. And I feel like if Michigan doesn't shut this offense down of producing 545 yards per game, all-purpose yards, is crazy to think of. If Nebraska keeps getting that many yards, I don't think Michigan's going to be able to stop them. And especially Nebraska's playing at home, this crowd's going to be really loud. And I feel like Nebraska's going to win, and they're going to finally be ranked since like 2005, probably.
All right, all right.
Okay.
Man, I really
So you're
want to
going with
save the
the
graphic
same
here.
pick.
Yeah, man, I really don't want to pick Nebraska too, but it's in Lincoln. Nebraska's dying for a big time win. Michigan, like I said, their head coach hasn't been able to be at practice. He's not going to be at the games. He's been sitting in his basement watching practice from his house. He's not part of the team right now. They got a lot of things to figure out. He's not even there. I just think this Nebraska team is doing really well this year, and this is kind of their year to step up and make some big upsets, make some big wins, be competitive in the Big Ten for once. Still don't think they can beat Ohio State or Penn State, but I think they can beat Michigan, and I think they will beat Michigan this week.
Yeah.
And I hate Michigan. So
Yeah.
just
Most
to throw
most
that in there,
do.
I
Right?
can't pick that team up north. So
All right. So hey, sit back right here real quick, and we're gonna have the we're going to have now something a little bit new for the team that's going to come in, and this is our big game of the week. We're going to show you a glimpse of the stadium, and here it is.
Oh.
Yeah, the big game of the week is. Let's see if I can get it right. Let's see. Right?
Can't be hyping it up for nothing.
That's right. Oh, no. Where is it? And here it is. The suspense is killing me.
All right, Garrett, you can lead us off.
All right. Yeah, so the big game of the week. We're not biased or anything,
No.
but Utah and Texas Tech, huge Big 12 matchup. You know, week 4, we talked about how good Texas Tech has looked this year, how good Texas Tech has played offensively, defensively, but they really haven't played anyone any good. They haven't been really tested on that kind of level. Utah stepped up big. They've made big plays. They play well all around. Very fundamental style team with a good defense, well coached. And Utah's at home. But I like Texas Tech. I have Texas Tech still winning the Big 12. I think they're the best team there. They could play a little more consistent this season. Texas Tech's winning the Big 12. Give me the Red Raiders.
All right.
Upset.
This is a toss-up. This is number 17 versus 16. With Tech being the 17th ranked team, I think that rankings, you just throw those out for this game, and this is a toss-up for me. I mean, I love Texas Tech, but I think Utah has really turned around from last year, and Utah showing that they could play with just about anybody this year. So, but I'm still going with my Tech and Tech. Let's go Tech.
Yeah.
Kyle?
Not so fast. No.
Yeah. What's behind that little? What's down there on your shirt? There's some kind of emblem there.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. So we're only going to guess, but go ahead and give us your analysis, Kyle.
Yeah, no. Both of these teams have great quarterbacks. Devin Damper for Utah is a phenomenal quarterback for them. It's just going to be hard. We just got to shut him down defensively, really. If Tech could do that, it would look really good. And, God, I can't. Morton is looking really good for Tech. Last game he had against Oregon State, he put up 464 passing yards with 4 touchdowns, which was phenomenal for him. And it was a rain delay, too. It got rained out for like 3 hours or so. So it was a really unexpected game for him, though. But to come out after that and to produce that much yardage and that many touchdowns is crazy to see. But knowing that their offensive leaders right now for Tech, they're number 2 team in all yardage with 602 yards per game, which I know that they haven't played anybody. Oregon State was their last best competitor that they have played, really. It's probably the best team that they've played. But I got Tech winning this game. God, it's going to be a really close one, though.
Yeah,
I feel like it's either going to come down to a touchdown or a field goal.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kyle.
Yeah, this Tech's defense is a lot better this year, I think. Or I hope so.
Oh, yeah,
They're
phenomenal.
going to need to. They're going to need to step it up this week and play well, consistent football.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to even say it. Yeah, nah. Dad, why'd you give me Utah?
Well, it went backwards on me. Yeah, that's why.
Hey, it matches your shirt.
But no. I actually listened to the radio, and they were mentioning it the other day. This is probably the best quarterback Tech has had in a long time, though, as a quarterback.
Yeah.
At least since Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun game to watch. Just like we saw this last weekend, those 3 or 4 games that really came down to the wire. So, yeah, we all went with Tech. No surprise. No surprise.
Hey, is it a late game, Kyle? Do you know?
I think it's
11 a.m.
Oh,
game.
it's a big noon kickoff game.
Oh, no, it's a big
big noon kickoff's going to be there.
Yeah, ESPN should have been there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Take us to Miami.
Yeah.
They wanted to go to
This is not
Miami.
going to be a game.
They just wanted to go to Miami. They didn't want to go to no Utah.
So now we're back with our main stage. So, Kyle, you got any final thoughts we want to finish this with?
Yeah, actually, yes. There's one player specifically I want to talk about right now
Specifically,
that I'm really
okay.
upset about.
I got you.
Yeah. I want to talk about how Arch Manning, he just needs to really settle down, especially against these teams that should not be doing so well against them. He just needs to settle down and just have fun and like just be more relaxed and go out there. He should be having tons of stats right now on every game he's been playing against all these like UTEP. He should have amazing stats against them, but he's just holding back, I guess. Archman just needs to perform better, really, and just settle down and stop throwing the ball and like forcing plays, forcing the ball into places that shouldn't be. Really, Arch Manning, he's a great quarterback. He just needs to just stop forcing it, just make plays and do better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say about Arch.
I mean, I think we got another exciting week of college football ahead of us. You know, there's some of these teams that, you know, we don't always talk about as often, you know, like Illinois, Indiana, and stuff like that. And so it'll be a fun week, very exciting week. So I look forward to seeing, you know, and watching some of these games this Saturday, this weekend, and we'll see what week 4 has to offer. Oh, Texas and Sam Houston State. That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, right?
But
Yeah, like LSU playing Southeastern Louisiana.
oh, there we
something
go.
like that,
Another
right?
big time matchup. Why are we talking about these games?
Yeah, there's still a lot of fun
Exciting
games.
stuff.
Well, no. The one I wanted to include was Arkansas versus Memphis. I thought would be another good game, but I was like, I don't know yet. I don't know how good
That'll be an
Memphis is
interesting
yet.
one.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. Yeah, there is still a lot of games, and I still contribute this to having playoffs. You know, we have college playoffs. We don't see these type of games unless they're in conference or conference games. But when they're non-conference games and we get to see the matchups that we've seen thus far, you wouldn't have seen that 20 years ago. So there's no doubt in my mind that we're seeing something special develop right in front of us. So, and you get to be a part of that. So,
All right, I think we
yep.
let's wrap it up and call it a night.
Yeah, just like and subscribe, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can, we'll get them out there and like and subscribe, maybe. So we're
And
gonna
we'll be back for week 5 next week.
week
Heck
5.
yeah.
So
Same time, same Thursday.
well, goodbye everybody, and we're gonna just give you some nice relaxing music as we leave the stage. So adios muchachos, and alvidasen mascots, and goodbye.